Welcome to another amazing fun facts video. Today we look at the secret science behind popcorn popping. How much do you know about this tasty treat? Popcorn, the crunchy, buttery snack we all associate with movies, fairs, and fun nights. But have you ever stopped to ask, what exactly makes popcorn pop? Behind every fluffy piece lies a mini explosion of heat, pressure, and physics that turns an ordinary kernel into something extraordinary. Let's dive deep into the secret science of popcorn popping. Number 1. Not just any corn, believe it or not. Not all corn is created equal. The kind used to make popcorn is a special variety called siamese everta, and it's the only type of corn that pops. This is because it has a unique structure. A hard outer shell called the pericarp, and a starchy, moisture-filled interior. This specific combination is the secret to what makes popcorn behave so explosively under heat. Number 2. Inside every kernel, a tiny water bomb. Each popcorn kernel contains about 14 to 20% moisture, which may not sound like much, but it's crucial. When you heat the kernel, whether on the stovetop, in hot oil, or in a microwave, the moisture inside turns into steam. As the temperature rises past 100 degrees Celsius, 212 degrees Fahrenheit, the water begins to boil and expand. But the tough pericarp holds everything in. The inside becomes superheated, with the pressure building to over 135 pounds per square inch, roughly 9 times the pressure in a car tire. Number 3. The perfect pop. Eventually, the pressure becomes too much. Around 180 degrees Celsius, 356 degrees Fahrenheit, the outer shell ruptures. What happens next is basically a culinary explosion. The steam rushes out instantly. The superheated starch and proteins inside expand rapidly, whipping into a foamy structure. That foam cools almost instantly as it hits the air, solidifying into the airy, crispy texture we love. This all happens in about 1/60th of a second. Number 4. What's that white stuff? The white part of the popcorn is not some added coating. It's actually the gelatinized starch from the inside of the kernel that expands and cools into a porous foam. Think of it like a natural styrofoam, but made of pure starch and completely edible. The result? A tasty puff with a perfect balance of crunch and chew. Number 5. Why some kernels don't pop. Ever notice a few unpopped kernels at the bottom of the bag? These are often referred to as old maids. The reason? They're too dry. Without enough internal moisture, there's no steam buildup. No steam equals no pressure equals no pop. That's why proper storage of popcorn is essential. If the kernels dry out, they're done for. Fun fact: you can try to revive them by storing them in a sealed container with a damp paper towel for a couple of days. Number 6. Why microwaves work so well. Microwaves are ideal for popcorn because they heat the water molecules directly. This allows the kernel to build up pressure evenly and efficiently. Most microwave popcorn bags are even designed with susceptors, a metallic film that helps focus the heat directly on the kernels for optimal popping. On the other hand, stovetop popping can result in uneven heating, which is why you might see more burnt or unpopped kernels. Number 7. Scientists study popcorn. Seriously, you might think popcorn is too simple for science. But researchers have studied it extensively. They've looked at acoustic signals of popping, optimal moisture content about 14%, the best temperature-pressure ratio, and the physics of expansion to maximize puff size. Engineers have even built high-speed cameras to capture the exact moment the kernel bursts. It resembles a miniature volcanic eruption. Number 8. Popcorn is ancient. Really ancient? Popcorn is one of the oldest snack foods on Earth. Indigenous peoples in the Americas were popping corn over 5,000 years ago. Archaeologists found popcorn kernels in caves in New Mexico, estimated to be over 1,000 years old, and some could still pop. Ancient Aztecs used popcorn for ceremonial purposes and even wore it as jewelry during festivals. Number 9. Popcorn World Records. Popcorn has had its share of wild moments in history. For instance, the world's largest popcorn ball weighed over 9,370 pounds, over 4,000 kilograms. Popcorn ceilings, yes, those bumpy white textures from old houses, were actually inspired by the snack's look, though definitely not its taste. Number 10. It's all about expansion, not explosion. Contrary to how it sounds, popcorn doesn't explode. It expands rapidly. That sudden transformation from dense kernel to fluffy puff is what makes it such a satisfying snack. And it's all thanks to a little water, a tough shell, and the magic of physics, the final pop. So next time you hear that popcorn bag crackling in the microwave, remember, you're not just making a snack, you're witnessing a perfectly timed, steam-powered food experiment in every pop. Science never tasted so good. If you enjoyed this video, please comment below, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for future videos.